Yes, test. Yes, 1, 2.
So how's everything in your world?
Good. Did you see my text that I can't do Uber?
Yeah.
I have it in the car.
Crushed.
I know. I have it in the car if you want that.
Yeah, I do.
Test. 1, 2.
Yes, I will. Let me pull this deal. Somebody did a nice one.
It's from last year, I think.
Hey, it's all good. You may. Except this paper was the honor. I'm living my best life. Let me show you a friend what makes me smile. This, my friend. Completely different bottles. I like the something on. I
Nancy, there's plenty of room up front. We'd like to call today's meeting to order. John Hart's going to lead us in our invocation.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for the opportunity to be here today among friends and those that we're close to. We just thank you that we continue to be blessed in this country, our freedom, and all of the opportunity that we have in business and personal life. We just ask that you be with this Rotary Club, help us to put always service above self, and help us to remember this family year to glorify your Son, Jesus Christ. We ask for blessings. We ask for blessings on this food. We ask in Christ's name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say can you see the adultery hearts, just the family there, and the darkness that's free, these are times and bright stars, for the marvelous signs, for the liberty wars, worship and peace free. And the rockets back there, those thirsty there, they prove the good times, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star say, better get away, for the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Courtney, will you please introduce our guests?
Several guests today. I'm going to start back here with Clarence Shackelford. Yes, and we also have Gloria Washington. They are visiting us today. We also have Dolores Carr. She is a guest of Dr. McDonald's. And then Teresa Sherman up front. She is the wife of our program today. So she's a special guest with us today. And Jared has some guests, and he's going to actually introduce them.
Well, thank you. I've got the pleasure of introducing some friends of mine. Here at the table with me, I've got John Egan and his wife, Rhonda. They're neighbors of mine and live in my neighborhood. And their Rhonda's parents, Ron and Robin Shoemaker, are here with us as well. And I'm honored to have the opportunity to introduce them. Over Thanksgiving, their family was struck by a horrific tragedy in their family. Ron's sister, Norma, who was a Rotarian up in Barnesville, Ohio, was tragically murdered. Norma's daughter, their niece, was abducted and taken by the murderer. And the blessing end to that is that last week the niece was found alive. The perpetrator was killed in a shootout with the FBI. An FBI agent was injured in that. I've heard that he is doing okay. But their family has been through so much tragedy in this. I wanted to bring them here as my guests to show them some brightness in our community. Ron and Robin moved here to Tyler a few months ago, and I want them to see what our community is about and the goodness and the brightness that we can bring in their lives. And so I'm going to be making, in Norma's honor, a donation of $100 to the Rotary Foundation in Norma's name. I'm not sure if she was a Paul Harris Fellow or not, but I would invite y'all to join me in that. Let's see if we can't make her a Paul Harris Fellow posthumously. So welcome to the club, welcome to the meeting, and we're so glad to have you in our prayers with your family.
Thank you, Jared. And we do have another guest. I think she snuck by. Kelly, do you want to introduce your guest?
Yeah, that's my mother, Patty.
Patty actually volunteered at the Christmas parade last weekend and is considering joining us, so welcome, Patty. At this time, I would like to call up Chris Ivy and Kelly Williams. They're two of our newest members, and we're going to install them today. Chris was sponsored by Chris McLary, and three members, Chris and Chris. And then Kelly is sponsored by who else but Amanda Bowman. So if you guys want to come up here. Johnny, are we all camera? Today we welcome to our Rotary family and admit to membership Kelly Williams and Chris Ivy. You have been chosen for membership at the South Tyler Rotary Club because of your standing in your vocation and in the community, and because of your personal qualities, which we believe will make you a good Rotarian. By joining South Tyler Rotary Club today, you become part of a worldwide organization of businesses and professional leaders who are united in fellowship provide humanitarian service, to encourage high ethical standards in all locations, and to create goodwill and achieve peace throughout the world. By virtue of your membership in our club, you will be welcomed in the fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. It is my privilege and honor to induct you as members of the South Tyler Rotary Club today. I'm going to give you, and you guys are lucky because you get the magnetic version of them.
All right. Hey. Gotcha. All right.
Read.
Okay.
So you have the Rotary emblem to wear. We encourage you to wear it always and with pride. Fellow Rotarians, I present to you our newest South Tyler Rotary members, and I charge each of you to welcome them, provide them your friendship, and help educate them on the many responsibilities and requirements of being a Rotarian. Welcome. This is for you. This is for Johnny, and Beth can tell you a little bit more about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome aboard. We're excited to have both of you. And last week we did our Rotary grants from the South Tyler Rotary Foundation, our spaghetti supper proceeds. Not all of our nonprofits were able to join us, and today I would like to call up Andrea Wilson, the Executive Director of PAC, for a presentation of a check for $2,000 to PAC from our spaghetti supper proceeds. All right. She's my boss too. And if you want to take a few minutes and talk about PAC and what we do.
Sure. I want to first of all thank you so much for the generous donation. This has been a really unusual year, hasn't it? How many times did people leave with that, right? One of the things that we've done at PAC is to completely change our service delivery model. We've gone from having people come in our building and sit down one-on-one with a caseworker to serving them through our parking lot in a drive-through manner. It's not ideal, but we're getting food into the hands of the people that need it. What we've noticed since March is that we have a 30% increase in people coming to PAC who have never needed assistance before. And so this donation that you have given to us is going to go a long way to help keep that food pantry open. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And Andrea said that she wasn't going to join us for lunch, so she's going to take the check and run. Do you blame her? Tom DeWitt, would you like to come up so that we can do a Paul Harris Fellows presentation? Ray McDonald, I probably caught you with your mouth full because I'm really well known for doing that. Would you mind coming up front, please?
For those of you who are not aware, the Paul Harris Fellowship is a recognition of contributions by individual Rotarians to the Rotary Foundation, which is in fact our financial arm that funds not only Polio Plus, but all of the international and domestic grants that we do for humanitarian purposes. The requirements are that you be a member in good standing and that you have contributed at least $1,000 in order to further the Rotary purposes internationally. I'll go ahead and do it now. Everybody in the room who's a Paul Harris Fellow, please stand up. We actually have almost 50% of our membership in the South Tyler Rotary that are Paul Harris Fellows. Thank you. And once you've done that, if you continue to contribute to the foundation, every time you hit another $1,000 plateau, then you are advanced, and I haven't got mine on, but you get a little stone in your Paul Harris pin. Today, Dr. Ray McDonald, in his formal attire, I don't think he knew he was going to be called up to that. What do you think?
Surprise, with food in my mouth.
Today, he receives his Paul Harris +2 pin, and it is my honor to present my good friend this pin. Put that on so that people can see your little blue sapphires. That's it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I like calling him up because he works so hard to help us organize our foundation giving every year. If you haven't given yet, get a chance to talk to Tom. He'll more than gladly take your money. Let's see. I'm gonna call Beth up. Courtney, I believe you had the announcement for bell ringing, if you wanna come on up. And then while they're on their way up, I was gonna mention, I talked to Dalton, he wasn't able to stay today for our meeting, but he's looking ahead at January. He's trying to put together a blood drive. I think he's looking at January 25th. And he and I discussed doing the Bergfeld Park cleanup maybe on Monday, January 18th. It's a holiday, so we won't be meeting that day. So I was gonna gauge the crowd here to see if you're interested in helping out. Would you prefer to do it at lunch or early afternoon? So lunchtime? Or early afternoon? All right, sounds like lunchtime. So we'll set it up for lunchtime, so just be watching for more information about that. And we had this big thing over the weekend, I don't know, you might have heard about it, it's called a Christmas parade, and that's gonna do a wrap up on it. Oh my goodness, y'all. Saturday, crazy day.
So let me have Mr. Johnny Ortiz and Mr. Derek Kent and Miss Courtney Clifford just all kind of wave, and I'll wave along with them. We were the 5:45 a.m. talking crew. It was really cold and dark, but this year we did have to adapt to current situations, and so the three Tyler Rotary clubs got together. This year, the Rotary Club of Tyler, formerly the Downtown Club, was the lead on the parade. And we had a great executive committee. We sat there and really had to think outside of the box and what can we do. And at very first, I'll tell you, meeting with the city and the county, there was a lot of resistance. And we just felt like, as an executive board, that this was so important to bring this to the city of Tyler, to let everyone come out and experience it. And we kind of didn't know, as things are, the parade entrants are showing up, sometime, some late, some on, whatever, some didn't show it all. We're just like, I'm gonna pull this off, it's gonna work. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, We Bought a Zoo. And when they're about to open the zoo on opening day, nobody comes, and it turns out there's a storm, and there was a big tree, that's kind of what we were feeling. It was like, is anybody gonna come to this thing? We ended up, at the end of the day, Tyler PD did have to shut the route down. And we had 615 cars that passed through. We had a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people walking downtown, a lot of smiling faces, a lot of happy kids, a lot of happy pets, a lot of happy families. So we definitely, as much of a challenge as it was to put it on, the city really did come together, the Rotary clubs came together, the community came together, and I appreciate so many of you that were part of that. Some of you were present that day, some of you were behind the scenes, some of you drove through and hollered. That was great too. But it was amazing. Now next year, it comes back to our club. South Tyler will be holding it. We don't have any idea what we're going to look like this time next year. If we're going to be doing the drive-through parade again or the regular parade. But I'd really like to encourage you to be a part of it. At the end of the day, by the time I got home about 2:30 and I had 20,000 steps in and was pretty exhausted, but my heart was so full. Just the memories of seeing those kids' faces, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So I appreciate all of you who supported the parade efforts, and this time next year, hopefully we'll be able to
say that South Tyler brought home, because I have to tell you, Tyler Rotary really showed up this time. So, yeah, this time is going to be our turn. We'll do it. But thank you so much, y'all, who came out and supported it. Thank you, Beth. If you volunteered day of parade, would you please stand? Thank you very much. Congratulations on a great job. I know it was cold, it was early, at least the sun was shining, but it looked fantastic. Courtney.
We have signed up for 2 different days and times and locations.
We have signed up for 2 bell ringing for the Salvation Army days and times. I'm just gonna pass this around if you haven't signed up. I know some of y'all's names are already on here, but I'm gonna send this around if y'all would like to sign up to ring the bell for the Salvation Army, represent South Tyler Rotary. We would love you to.
And I want to see the sign-up sheet when it gets done. Because, you know, Dalton and I had a conversation, and I was like, you know, Dalton, usually our bell ringing fills up so quickly that a lot of us don't get to participate. So I think we should do 2 days. Well, when I talked to him a little while ago, he's a little worried about filling it up. So I'd really like, when we leave today, for those of you in the room to sign up, and then we'll contact the folks on YouTube and see if we can get the list full so he doesn't have to worry about that. Along those lines, the Salvation Army is looking for bell ringers at all times. If our times are not convenient for you, you can contact them. They will be more than glad to take you as a ringer at any time that works for you. We will be doing a we'll be doing a Pass the Hat at our December 21st meeting, and we'll also set up a virtual kettle, so those of you who cannot attend the meetings will be able to make a donation at that time as well. Lee, I don't see Lee here. Oh, there's a very important thing that you're supposed to do today. I don't see any of the folks on this committee. Well, Tom Seal is here, but we're supposed to do our elections today. Jeff Johnson's not here. The nominations closed last week. Our president nominee for the 2022-2023 year is Chris McLary. Our secretary is Marla Boren for next year, which is 2021-2022, and our treasurer as well, Tom Seal. I'd like to entertain a motion to.
I move the nominations.
Well, no, just at this point they already closed. They closed last week, so I need the next nominee. I need.
Nominees be accepted by acclamation.
John Hart moves that we accept the nominations by acclamation. Is there a second? Brad Hall, second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, congratulations to Chris, Tom, and Marla. And of course, Beth was already elected as president-elect, and she will be president in 2021-2022. We didn't have to vote on her again. So, that being said, are there any other announcements from the floor? All right, I'm going to turn it over to Colleen for a quick introduction of a person who doesn't need a lot of introduction for our guests to start our program.
Okay, so Dr. McDonald, I also got the casual memo, so you're not alone, you're in good company, so working from home today, so here we go. Mr. Sherman, how many people know Dave? Okay, not okay, so here we go. Dave has been a member of our Rotary forever. He joined Rotary in 1986. He is a singer, an entertainer. If you're not a friend of his on Facebook, you are truly missing out. You're going to get a nice taste of that today. He sings songs about real life experiences, family, faith, work, winning in the Publishers Clearinghouse, and duct tape. Dave walks his audiences through a lifetime of creative writing. He escorts his audiences from Mayberry to see Andy and Barney, to Alaska to witness the gold rush, and to a hospital corridor to hear a baby girl being born. Dave's songs include hardworking blues and laid-back folk tunes. His songs are wrapped up around a voice that is as much a part of the true Mississippi Delta as cotton fields and paddle wheels. He has shared the stage with such acts as the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Livingston Taylor, and Preston. And we are very excited to have him today because Nan Moore is responsible for this month. So let's give Nan Moore a big round of applause for doing such an excellent job. December is a month of musical entertainment, and I'm super excited about that. So with that, I will leave you in Dave Sherman's good hands. Thanks, Dave.
All right. Thank you, Colleen. I'm going to sing a few songs, Christmas songs today. And you can sing a few songs too if you have one of those little skinny cheeks. So let's do a little Angels We Have Heard on High. back here doing a Christmas show now. I think this is the 4th or 5th time over many, many years. I've been here with bluegrass bands. I've been here with Mia Talent. She asked me to join her 3 or 4 years ago. And now it's just me. So next time we're just going to call it even. Everybody sing. Here we go. I see some work doing, but I don't hear my singing. Let's kick it in a little bit more. Here we go. Jesus, the Lord of heaven, Mary Joseph, It's rich to be here in town. I remember a few years ago, I was riding around the loop just a few blocks from here. I was riding where I thought, right at that moment is where I thought KVME Studios was, but it was not there. I ended up helping them design and build the new studio, but at that time I didn't even know where they were. I've been listening to them since the 80s, and Paul Balash, a local artist, was in studio with a guitar, and he had just written a song, hadn't recorded it yet, and it goes like this. There is no shadow in the world. It's all Jesus, make you see So I did that song in Western Church. A few years rolls around, Paul lived in Lindale, Texas. He just moved back to Jersey. But then he wrote this great verse that has to do with Christmas. Over the skies above again, while we sang towards the shepherds, we rise and sing to the cry of the Lord. Oh, beautiful child of heaven, born in the way, God for the Lord. So I bring my worship to the Lord. Go on the way, so Jesus, make me see beyond All right, so it was a few years ago, and Teresa was decorating the tree with the help of the grandkids. Think of your own Christmas tree for a second, and what your favorite Christmas tree decoration is, the favorite ornament that you have on your tree. Maybe a tree your child made, or maybe a decoration your child made, or an ornament that is meaningful to you. And on that particular Christmas, I saw some of my ornaments, my favorite ornaments as we were putting up the tree, decorating the tree. And this was always real special. It was just a little mouse that's in a matchbox.
Aw.
Just artfully done, and it reminds me of Christmas. And Christmas reminds me of Jesus. This is one of my favorites. It's just a little angel. It's like the angel that spoke to Mary. And it reminds us of what Christmas is all about. We've got, I think, a couple of these guys, Santa playing the guitar. That should remind you of Christmas, which should remind you of Jesus, which should be the meaning of Christmas. But when this guy showed up, he's a long way from Jesus. But if this guy reminds you of Christmas, which reminds you of Jesus, then that's a good thing. And John Hart, I know you're a guitar player, but just help me with this.
Yeah, all right.
On the last verse, John, I get it too. So this is a sing-along. It's called Think About Baby Jesus, because so much of Christmas we don't think about baby Jesus. And this year, maybe we're not going to do it with our families, maybe it's going to be a little different, but we need to think about Jesus, baby Jesus. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to sing a line, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, and you're going to say, think about baby Jesus. Then I'm going to sing the second line, and you sing, think about baby Jesus. Then I'm going to sing another third line, think about baby Jesus. Then we're going to sing the first line here, think about baby Jesus. So I'll sing 4 lines in between those, you think about baby Jesus. And then we're all going to sing the chorus, and it's on the little sheet you have there. And it goes, think about Jesus asleep in the manger, all wrapped up, swimming tight. Think about Jesus who came to save us on that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. Let's try that chorus together. Here we go. Think about Jesus asleep in the manger, all wrapped up, snuggly tight. Think about Jesus who came to save us on that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. All right. When you think of, I lost my tambourine player.
He wanted the lyrics.
And you just sit on those bells till I give you the cue on the last verse. Now, here we go. When you hang your Christmas ribbons in bows, think about, y'all listen, about half of you on the train, about half of you think about John Hart. Here we go. When you hang your Christmas ribbons in bows, think about baby Jesus as you decorate with mistletoe. Think about baby Jesus when you see bright stars up in the sky. Think about baby Jesus, see Christmas tree with 1,000 lights. Think about baby Jesus. Think about Jesus asleep in the manger, all wrapped up, sweating the time. Think about Jesus who came to save us on that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. I think I got it. When you sing a song about reindeer games, think about baby Jesus. You taste that peppermint candy cane. Think about baby Jesus. When your relatives travel day and night. Think about baby Jesus. When you see your house wrapped up in lights. Think about baby Jesus. Think about Jesus asleep in the manger, all wrapped up, slowly tight. Think about Jesus who came to save us on that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. Here we go, Johnny. When you hear those jingling jingle bells, think about baby Jesus. When you shop those Christmas discount sales, think about baby Jesus. When you pray for eternal peace on earth, think about baby Jesus. When you celebrate the Savior's birth, think about baby Jesus. Think about Jesus. All that God is really time. Think about Jesus. When you say it's on that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. On that very first Christmas night. You all got it. You know, that song was just perfect for preschool and Rotary. So it's just like that. It works and no feelings, but it just works. All right. Take this right down. All right, so it's April 2020. Back in April, I had the song in my head, and I didn't write it. But I had an old song in my head that I think I heard my mother play. She played organ in church for 67 years, from 13 years to 80. She played every week practically. And I thought she taught piano at the house, and I thought I heard this maybe a Bach tune, classical tune. So I recorded this little piece of it, and I sent it to Andrew Holchek here in town. I said, "What song is this?" And he goes like this. That is, this is April now. Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. And then after she sent me that, I sent her 3 dots. She's typing, and you have to wait till Christmas to play it.
No.
So I've been waiting 8 months to play this song. It was written in the 40s, 1740s. failed to introduce my bass player, my invisible bass player here today. So he plays cheap, but he did play along with me. Not only expected Jesus, born to set the people free from our fears of sin's release us. Let us find our rest in Thee. Israel strength and consolation, hope of all the earth thou art. Dear desire of every nation, joy of every longing heart. Born thy people to deliver, born a child and yet a king, born to reign and us forever. Now thy gracious kingdom bring, by thine own eternal spirit, ruling all our hearts alone. By thine all sufficient merit, raise us to thy glorious throne. You know, I have been in Rotary since '86, but joining in the late '70s in Mississippi, and I was the youngest guy in the club. I was actually a short story. I was working with my dad. He was a Rotarian, and he had a Rotarian in his office. Somebody called me. I was like 20-something, barely 20-something, and called and said, "Well, I'd like to join the Kiwanis Club." And I went in my dad's office and said, "Should I join the Kiwanis Club?" And the guy in his office said, "No, you can join the Rotary Club." And for 6 years, I was the youngest guy there. I probably didn't need to be there, but it was all guys. And I joined in Tyler as all guys, and that's changed a lot. And the importance of that with the song is that one of the most famous, not reindeer, one of the most famous Christmas songs of all time is Silent Night. And we have a lot of ladies in here, and those that have given birth know that probably wasn't a silent night. It probably was not a silent night. And Mia Talent, who I did the last Christmas program with, introduced me to this song called Labor of Love. And it starts out by saying, "It was not a silent night." And it really talks about the trouble that Mary went through, a young girl at that time. My goodness, to have this child. It goes like this, it's called Labor of Love. Jill Phillips. It was not a silent night. There was blood on the ground. You could hear women cry in the alleyways that night, in the streets of Davis Town. With the girl on the ground in the dark, every beat of her beautiful heart was a labor of love. Noble Joseph by your side, callous hands and weary eyes. Were no midwives to be found in the streets of David's town in the middle of the night. So we held her and they prayed. Shafts of light on his face. With the baby in her womb was the author of the womb, was the author of the faith. Was a labor of pain, was a cold sky above, with a girl in the ground in the dark, and every beat of her beautiful heart was a labor of love. Was a labor of pain, it was a cold sky above, with a girl on the ground in the dark, every beat of her beautiful heart was a labor of love. Little Mary full of grace, with the tears upon her face, was a labor of love. Well, let's switch back here. Thank you, Ron Johnson. So we give Joseph equal time. And this song, from Joseph's perspective, is like from Joseph. I'm going to play tricks on, so I got to tune it just a little bit. So that was a song, third person, about Mary. And this is a song about, from Joseph's perspective. Just yesterday, Teresa and I, we've been going to church about half the time and watching online about half the time. Yesterday, watching online at Charles Dotson, at one of the churches we dive in on at First Baptist downtown. I said, you know what Joseph said, you know, when throughout Jesus' life? No, you don't, because there's nothing quoted that Joseph said. There's plenty of things about Mary, Martha, a lot of people around Jesus as apostles, but there's nothing in there about Joseph's never quoted. You know Joseph about what he does. And so this, not what he says. So this song is written to kind of illustrate what Joseph might have been feeling on the night that Jesus was born. Go to sleep, my son. It's made you for your man. Have a long road before you. Rest your little head. Go to sleep, my son. It's made you for your man. Have a long road before you. Rest your little head. Can you feel the weight on your shoulders? Do you understand the price? Does the Father guard your heart from now? So You can't sleep tonight. Go to sleep, my son. Go and chase your dreams. This world can wait for just one. Go and sleep in peace. I believe the glory of heaven is lying in my arms tonight. Lord, I ask, please for just one moment. Simply be my child. Go to sleep, my son. Baby, close your eyes. Soon enough, you say the day, but for now, dear child of mine, oh my Jesus, sleep tight. It has been a pleasure doing this Christmas program for you today. And I want to thank Diane and Nan Moore, who is not here, I don't think, let the record show. So Nan, we're after you.
See, I actually know that she was coming, but they got really busy at the stores. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
All right, dog ate her homework. So,
Yeah.
so here we go. We're going to sing one more song together. And all this Christmas stuff is great, but if it doesn't get outside this room, it doesn't do anything. And so, this is a bring that down just a little bit there. Guitar, I'm going to be strumming it like a hillbilly from Louisiana. Here we go. I wasn't clear when I said y'all need to sing this part, so we'll go ahead and go over that one more time. Y'all got it now? Okay, here we go. From the top. Oh, tell them the world shepherds watching, all this watch by night. Down in the darkness, you want to be light. Here in the dark, the high and the lead your glory, tell the sea. Oh, tell them you're guess I was a sleeper, sorrowful man. I still want to live, push your down in the danger, all the time to home. Got some salvation, everybody.
Great job, Dave. We really appreciate you coming out today. I'm gonna turn the mic over to Johnny Ortiz real quick. He wanted to announce something.
Yes, just really fast. For those of you that have not, I'll go here to the YouTube Express personnel or whatever. Alright, so YouTube, for those of you new members that have not gotten with me for the new member Rotary Spotlight moment, do not forget to get with me. I will find you. You will be up here. And for those veterans that have not had a chance to be with all the new members that we've had, we also want to get you back up here. So go ahead and contact me. I will be emailing you guys as well. But since we don't have a new member spotlight for the moment, I do want to share with you guys a very special time of the year because this month we have a lot of birthdays in Rotary. And he's not here today, but December 4th was Bill Coates' birthday. Pam Jacobson turned, no, excuse me, December 6th. Diane Kavanaugh, December 10th, coming right up. John Gentry, December 10th. Jonathan Johnson, December 10th. Whitney Patterson, December 11th. I was going to just go through the week, but I'm going to go ahead and go because I've only got a few more here. So Mark Mullen, coming up on the 13th, right? 29-ish? Jared Kent, coming up on the 17th. Amanda Fulmar, the 18th. Carl Watson, December 21st. December 22nd, Stephen Campbell. So Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy birthday.
My birthday is December 11th.
December 11th. Any December birthdays we missed that you don't know? Tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Johnny. You know, I wrote in my bulletin article yesterday that this is the season of service, and it's one of my favorite times of the year because it's a good opportunity to give back to others. I know it looks a little different this year. We can't do all of the things that we usually do, but I'm excited about all the opportunities we have. I hope that we got a full sign-up sheet for the Salvation Army bell ringing. Take advantage of the bike bill. I texted Lee to find out if we still had any spaces available on the bike bill. I haven't heard from him. We did the drawing just to speed things up. Pardon me? Lee has one space available for the bike bill on Saturday, so if you're interested in that, see me or see Lee, or contact Lee. 5526 is the last four numbers, 5526.
That is Jim Bland.
Jim Bland, all right.
Johnny, come over here and just, I think Jim sit down there, Joe, in space.
This is also my favorite time of year with Rotary because we get to have special programs such as Dave's presentation today. I believe next week we have the Tyler Legacy High School Choir, I believe is who is lined up, and then the last meeting of the year, which is December 21st. We're not doing a special meal per se on that one, so we're just going to limit it to members because of just, you know, everything. But on December 21st, our own member, Michael Hurley, and his quartet, Michael Hurley and the Hurl Tones, are going to be entertaining us on the 21st, so we hope that you can make it out for that. Are there any other announcements? Don't forget, if you'd like to make a donation in Norma's name to the Rotary Foundation, please see Jared. Oh, yes, DeWitt.
If anybody has not seen the new and improved Nancy Crawford, it's going viral on Facebook.
That is not me, y'all.
Take credit for it.
If it's not, it's your double game.
It is, but I have a look. I knew I'd never been dressed in anything like that.
All right, I'm violating waiting for 1 o'clock John rule. 1 o'clock John would have walked out by now, so we're gonna wrap it up. Dave, would you mind leading us in our four-way test?
The four-way test are the things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
fourth,
Will it
Be beneficial to all concerned?
and
And
fifth.
fifth, is it fun? I saw it on there and I was like, that's not Nancy.